Hi, this is Derek Regensberger, and welcome to another episode of the Clarinet Connection, your source for gear and product reviews and practice and performance tips for the clarinet. In today's episode, I'm going to be looking at a couple of mouthpieces, one a Kaspar and the other a Kaspar clone made by Greg Smith. And there's probably about 50 or 60 years apart between these two mouthpieces. The actual Chicago Kaspar was probably made back in the 40s, and this particular Greg Smith probably dates to the 20 teens. So if I come up and show you, so you can see this is the Chicago Kaspar, and this is the Greg Smith. And you can see that even down to the placement of the logo and the design of the logo, they're almost identical. Even the facings look quite similar. So when we look at how they sound, we're actually going to see that they have a very similar sound profile as well. Both of these mouthpieces are closed tip designs. They have roughly a millimeter tip opening. They have both I would say a dark sound to them. And you'll see that the articulation is pretty good, but perhaps could be improved. So it probably depends on who faced the mouthpiece. So let's hear what they sound like. So that was the Chicago mouthpiece, the Kaspar, and you can hear it has a very rich, dark sound to it. It has pretty good articulation, but it's just a little resistant. Let's hear what the Greg Smith version sounds like. a nice, rich and dark sound to the mouthpiece. I think it's perhaps just a little more free blowing than the Kaspar. So as a result, it's a little easier to blow, but perhaps not quite as refined in the high register. Some of the altissimo notes don't come out quite as cleanly as they do on the Kaspar. But I think both mouthpieces are really quite nice. And depending on what you want to use them for, I think, any type of music where you have really nice, rich low notes, you have a need for something that articulates well, this mouthpiece really fits the bill. It may not be my first choice for something like, say, a Mozart concerto, but overall, both of these mouthpieces really do sound quite lovely, and they have the type of response that you really need to play some of the more challenging repertoire. Thanks for tuning in to the Clarinet Connection, and tune in next time for another episode.